Our next award recognizes international achievement. We'll head from the heights of Castle Point to the hills of Japan. There, Sachin Shah, class of 1989, has been building a legacy. Sachin arrived in Japan in 2011, and he is the chairman, president, and CEO of MetLife Japan, the largest MetLife company outside the United States with $15 billion in annual revenue. He leads more than 9,000 employees across the Tokyo headquarters and 60 local offices. Sachin is in the insurance business, but as a leader, really, he is in the business of trust. He must build trust with his customers, his employees, and his colleagues, all within a cultural and business environment quite distinct from the United States. Now, trust has a few components, among them intimacy, reliability, and credibility. With the engineering acumen he honed at Stevens and by embracing high standards and a hands-on style, Sachin leads MetLife Japan to run smoothly from top to bottom. Thus, customers trust they will get reliable service when they need it most. Sachin has fostered intimacy with his employees by encouraging more two-way communication and by visiting even the most remote field offices. Because they see he listens, they trust him. And though economic forecasters are bearish on Japan because of its shrinking population, Sachin preaches optimism. Because of his own success, Sachin is credible and his colleagues trust him. In fact, they elected him president of the American Chamber of Commerce in Japan. Over 3,500 chamber members trust Sachin to strengthen ties between two great nations. Pretty good work. Oh, remember the whole time he's been speaking another language while doing this. For embracing a new land, new neighbors, and new opportunities, for being hands-on, holding high standards, and encouraging optimism, and for building and maintaining trust, let us honor Sachin Shah from the class of 1989 with the International Achievement Award.
Members of the selection committee, alumni, and guests, I am truly humbled and honored to be recognized with this International Achievement Award. When I first received the phone call from Phil Crowley, and we had to coordinate a 13-hour time zone difference to find a time that worked for us, I wasn't sure what to expect. And I certainly never expected such recognition. Now, I've been fortunate to have Stevens and my family as a foundation. And this award is equally a recognition of my family and Stevens, and how these two things have shaped my life and career. In particular, I want to thank my parents who are here tonight. I want to thank my brother and his family who are tonight. He's also a grad of Stevens. Thank my daughter, who's also here tonight. And most importantly, my wife and two sons who are back in Tokyo, and hopefully they'll catch this on YouTube tonight. It is truly thanks to you that I am up here on this stage. Now, my family and I emigrated to the US around the time the space shuttle program was taking off. And this fueled my dream from a young age to become an astronaut. Now, I think you can tell I'm Indian. And as you may know, back then, Indians tended to become one of only three things: a doctor, a pharmacist, or an engineer. And so by the time I was looking for a university, engineering seemed like the closest thing to astronaut that I could get. And I had also developed a serious baseball habit, and Stevens just fit the bill. The duck bill, so to speak. It was a simple decision, and I applied early decision. And often in life, what you learn is that the best decisions are the simplest decisions. Now, during my time at Stevens, both as an undergraduate and graduate student, three very important behaviors were instilled in me. The first, challenge the status quo. We always can be better. Build something smarter. Improve how we do something. This is what engineers do, and we have heard it all over tonight from every honoree up here. The second was to experiment with new ways of working. As engineers, we need to be out front with technology and change. And often, we are leading the way on how to productively embrace all this change. The third was to collaborate, showing humility and problem solving openly often leads to better and more innovative solutions. This is also fundamentally about people, who you surround yourself with and how you empower them to problem solve collectively. I didn't know it then, but these experiences and behaviors were preparing me to be a leader in a world today where the pace and volume of change combined with the power of technology is increasingly overwhelming people, companies, and governments. And today, whether it's as a CEO or as president of a major trade association, there are so many examples of how a problem-solving mindset instilled in me so long ago has enabled me to contribute so much more to society, to bilateral international relationships, and to the companies I have worked for. Stevens has been part of my life since 1985. Over all those years, my relationship with the school has certainly ebbed and flowed, but Stevens has also been prominent at key points in my life and career. Today, that bond is even stronger, and the Stevens family for me is growing. My brother and I both attended Stevens. Now my niece is a freshman at Stevens, and my older son, Jasel, will enroll later this year as a freshman. And so the legacy of Stevens and my family continues. Thank you for listening. I am truly honored and humbled to accept this award.